Friends, today I'm going to read you a story called Goodnight, Loon. Goodnight, Loon is a spin-off of the children's story Goodnight, Moon, which maybe you have heard of. It's a bedtime story that parents or guardians often read to their children as they go to bed. So this one is pretty similar to Goodnight, Moon, but is going to use references from a state in the Midwest, which is called Minnesota. So let's see if you'll catch any similarities maybe from Goodnight, Moon. So, Goodnight, Loon. On the Great Lake pontoon, there was a Duluth pack and a hungry raccoon, and crop art of the blue ox jumping over the loon. And there were fat walleyes eating rhubarb pies, and 2 yellow canoes and a pair of snowshoes, and little deer ticks and snacks on sticks, and a rod and a fish and a tater-totter dish, and a tired old voyager who was whispering, shh. Good night, pontoon. Good night, loon. Good night, ox jumping over the loon. Good night, lamp and the hungry raccoon. Good night, walleyes. Good night, pies. Good night, canoes. Good night, snowshoes. Good night, spruce, and good night, moose. Good night, sticks. Good night, ticks. Good night, rod, and good night, fish. Good night, Bemidji. Good night, hot dish. And good night to the old voyager whispering, shh. Good night, lakes. Good night, air. Good night, Northwoods everywhere. The end. That was my story for the day. Hope you enjoy.